to the City of Daly City Virtual Planning Commission of May 3rd, 2022. The current Virtual Planning Commission meeting format has been undertaken by the City of Daly City is in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Planning Commission thanks the public for its participation in the virtual meeting format. It is our intention that the Commission receive any and all comments that you may wish to make for the land use proposals being considered tonight. If you would like to comment, please visit the website address that is on the screen and raise your hand during the public hearing portion of the item for which you wish to speak. Thank you. Gary, do you want to lead the pledge?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Roll call.
Present.
Pacheco.
Here.
Proano. I'll come back to her. Satori is absent. Proano.
Here.
Villanueva.
Here. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for March 1st, 2022?
So moved.
Second.
It's been approved. I forgot what I'm supposed to say.
All in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So the first item on the public hearing is going to be presented by Mr. Palan. Do I need to?
Good evening, Madam Chair and Commissioners. The first project for you this evening is a renewal of the previously approved Mission Street mixed use at 7310 Mission. The project was reviewed previously by the Planning Commission on May 5th, 2020, and approved by the City Council on June 8th, 2020. The applicant is requesting a time extension because building permits have not been issued within 1 year of approval as required by the conditions of approval. If the host can let me share a screen, I can open up my PowerPoint presentation.
Go ahead, Brian.
All right, let's see. Okay, so I've got it open. Can you guys see it, or do I need to click something on this end? There we go. Share screen. I see it. Okay, can you guys see that?
Yes.
All right, great, thank you.
Yes.
All right, so the project's, come on, there we go. The project site is located on the west side of Mission between Vale Street and West Market Street, one parcel south of the corner parcel at Vale and Mission. In this existing site photo, you can see the single-story dental office building and the auto sales lot, which currently occupies both corner parcels. The proposed mixed-use building would be located between the office building and the auto sales lot, which would continue to operate on the corner parcel. The proposed mixed-use building would contain a 620 square foot retail or office space, a lobby, and 13 parking stalls on the ground floor. The second floor would provide 3 studio and 2 two-bedroom residential apartments. Additionally, a 465 square foot office space would be associated with the ground floor commercial tenant, would be located on the second floor. The third and fourth floors would contain 3 studios and 3 two-bedroom residential apartments. The first floor plan indicates the commercial space located at the front elevation, the lobby, and the parking area. The floor plans for the second through fourth floors indicate the residential apartments and the common open space roof deck. The building elevations show the proposed 4-story building with cementitious panel siding, providing smooth, textured, and horizontal panels in charcoal and sand colors. Wall articulation would reduce the massing. Window and doors on the ground floor would be metal framed. Staff is a condition of approval that the applicant explore providing additional dimension to the upper story walls at the Mission Street facade. The north and west elevations are shown here. And this slide shows prospective drawings as viewed from Mission and Vale Streets. The 11 required parking spaces. Oh, did it switch? No, it didn't. Sorry, skipped one. The 11 required residential parking spaces would be provided via mechanical stackers, as shown in this slide. 2 additional standard stalls are provided on the ground floor for the retail or office use. As previously mentioned, the building will be clad in cementitious panel siding with varying textures and colors. Wall articulation will be provided to reduce the appearance of overall massing. Sloped metal roofs will transition to the adjacent buildings. The front elevation has been designed with a void above the driveway to provide relief from Mission Street and to emphasize the building entry. The project is exempt from CEQA section 15332 for infill development. And staff recommends that the Planning Commission forward the project to the City Council to take the following actions. Adopt the findings as outlined in the staff report, affirm the environmental assessment, and approve use permit 0422-15650 and design review 0422-15651. And that concludes my presentation.
Do any of the commissioners have any comments?
No.
Questions?
No, I'm good.
No.
I don't have any comments. So we'll open it to the public hearing. Tatum, do we have any questions?
I'm not seeing any raised hands, but if anybody would like to speak on this item, they can use the raise hand function on Zoom. Or maybe even just wave. Okay. I'm not seeing anybody requesting to speak, so it looks like no public comment.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next is there a motion to adopt the findings as outlined herein? Outlined in the staff report of May 3rd, 2022.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the findings as outlined.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. I guess lastly, is there a motion to approve the use permit UPR 0422-15650 and the design review DR 422-15651 permit renewal?
So
Subject-
moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call. Yes.
Crump,
Aye.
Pacheco,
Aye.
Pro Año,
Aye.
Villanueva.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. So moving on to the second item. So Michael, this is your, would you like to present?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, members of the Planning Commission. This is the city's capital improvement program. The state law requires that the Planning Commission find the capital improvement program, which is basically a list of the projects that the city intends to undertake, public projects the city intends to undertake in the coming year, find those consistent with the city's general plan. And that's the essence of this item. I'm going to actually turn the presentation over to Daly, who is going to provide an overview of the CIP, and I don't know, maybe talk about some of the projects in it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Good evening, Planning Commissioners. So I am going to be sharing my screen for now. If you give me a minute. And now you should have in front of you the list of projects. Now the plan is to go to City Council in the first meeting in June, and provide this list that Public Works Department has come up with along with other departments. We have worked very closely with Water and Sewer Department, or DWWR, Sanitation and Water. We have also worked with the engineering division and the maintenance division at the corporation yard, which are both part of the Public Works Department, to come up with a list of projects. This is one of the attachment that you have for this specific staff report. As you can see, we have broken down to make it easier for commissioners to see the list of projects. We have broken it down by funds, and for Transportation Fund here, as you can see, most of the projects that we have in this list have to do with the public right of way. These are mostly improvements that we are going to be performing. As you can see, there is a variety of projects, ADA, barrier removals, crosswalk improvements, street improvements, on Southgate Avenue. We are also planning on working on traffic signals and street light improvements. RO 572 is a project that is ongoing, and this is the conversion of the RO 572. As you may be aware, and I know this is a project that we have brought to the commission in the past, we are making some changes to the actual street lights. I believe there are 14 ROs in the city, and when one of them is malfunctioning, all the street lights go out. And Public Works and the city manager's office as well is very aware of the problems that we've been having. And what we are planning on doing is that instead of this being a circuit type of the program, we are going to be having individual street lines. So each one will be individually operated, as opposed to having this circuit. And this project, as I said, has been approved in the past, but we are bringing it back to council because we do need additional funding for this, and that is why we have it on the list. So if you were to compare it to prior years, you will see that it's the same RO. Again, more, safety improvements that we're planning on doing, sidewalk improvements, and especially to ensure that we're in compliance, with all the ADA requirements. As you might be aware, we have done an assessment throughout the city. We worked with a consultant, and they have identified all the deficiencies that we have, and we have a plan to start slowly, by section, start making some improvements. And so this one here, this particular project is a project that is probably going to be done throughout various locations in the city. This one, the Issaquah Canyon site maintenance, is also known as the Avalon Canyon. This is maintenance that we do specifically at that site. Slurry seal programs, to improve our streets, and we have the slurry seal and the street resurfacing projects. As you can see, there's different years that we have indicated here, because some of these projects have been developed by phases. So some of them, it could be that the design was completed, part of the construction was done, but we still need additional funding. So that's why we're bringing this back to council. And we have a new one where we might start working on the design, and that's why you're going to see some of the street resurfacing project that have different years, because it depends on what phase they're in. Traffic signal installations that are going to be done under the Transportation Fund. As you can see here, we have identified for 4 different locations where we're going to be making some improvements with the traffic signal installations. Moving on to the Water Fund, or Fund 41, this is the list of projects that they have provided to us. As you can see, it has to do with some of the equipment, that they may need to replace, but they also need to do some improvements in, in the at the treatment plant. So that's why you will see that listed here. Well rehabilitations, reservoir fencing, SCADA system upgrades. This is a software that they use to monitor all the different wells that we have throughout the city, make sure that they're working properly, and then if anything starts to malfunction, then this is the system that they use to identify the location of where the deficiency is. Tank replacements, and they also set some money aside to purchase vehicles. So this one is an ongoing project. Every year they put some money aside, and once they have enough money saved up, then the intention would be to buy a vehicle that they might need. So this is mostly an annual project that they have every year to put some money aside. Sanitation Fund, or Fund 87. Again, this one has to do with sewer, rehabilitation and improvements, not only, in the equipment they have, but also, at the treatment plant as well. SCADA system is used for water and sewer, so that's why you would see the project listed twice. Some, rehabilitation replacements, vehicles upgrades, process improvements, some electricals and instrumentation upgrades. Those are the type of projects that they have submitted that we are going to be presenting to council in June. And here, some of the general fund projects. This is projects that will be funded with general funds monies, and again, we have some facility upgrades that we need to do to make sure that they're in compliance with ADA requirements. Again, this is part of the evaluation and assessment that was done by the consultant. We're going to be looking at the high priority projects and hopefully take care of those deficiencies. So this one, it's a multi-year project, but the funding that we're requesting for is for projects that we're going to be doing in years 2024. Imagination Station pergola repair, that needs to be also taken care of. So we're bringing that to council. And again, we're requesting general fund monies for that. We also have a couple of fitness courts, one at Lincoln Park and one at Westlake. We are going to be using some of the, city funds for that, but we have also received grants for those. So we are hoping to take advantage of that as well. Material storage enclosure. This one will be done as Westlake Park. Lawson Hall Rehab. It's another, a project that is already in place, but we are requesting additional funding for that. And then we also have, some upgrades and some remodeling and some improvements that we're hoping to do at some of the fire stations. So you will see them listed here. Sleeping quarters upgrade at Station 94. Station 91, it's a roof replacement along with the driveway, and also the fire stations at automatic gates that we're hoping to do it for years. For stations 91, 94, and 95. Again, most likely this will be a multi-year project, but this is a new one that we are introducing. And last but not least, we also have the Muscle Rock improvements, and that we work on every year. And you can see that we have 2 that are listed for the upcoming year: the waste mitigation stabilization, and also the site routine monitoring. Any questions on any of the projects at this time?
No.
I have nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Thank you for your presentation. It was thorough. It was thorough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, commissioners, so if there's are there any other comments?
No.
No.
None.
So what the Planning Commission will be doing here is voting to find that the list of projects that Ms. Caius went over is consistent with the Daly City General Plan.
Understood. So I guess if there's no other comments, we could open it to the public. Tatum?
Yeah, so again, if there are any comments, we can use the raised hand function, but this is a small enough group. So if anybody has anything to say, you can use your real hand and wave. It doesn't appear that there's any public comment, so I will hand it over to the chair.
Okay. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
I'd like to make a motion.
Second.
Is there a second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. So next would be, is there a motion to approve the general plan consistency finding for fiscal year 2023 capital improvement program as outlined in the staff report of May 3rd, 2022?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Roll call?
Crump,
Aye.
Pacheco,
Aye.
Proaño,
Aye.
Villanueva.
Aye. I think that's okay.
Okay.
And I think that's it. Is there a motion to, is there any other comments for today's agenda?
I would just like to ask us to adjourn on behalf of the people in Ukraine, for all those that are suffering right now, and, in solidarity.
So moved.
And but before we leave, there was a staff communication real quick. The city's begun work on the update of its housing element. And we're going to be having a couple of public workshops to discuss what the housing element is, discuss the city's approach to complying with all of the state laws that go into preparing and having the state find the city's housing element in conformity with state law. And these two workshops are going to be held, the first on May 19th and the second on June 2nd. So there's two workshops, the first on May 19th, the second on June 2nd, and they're between 6 and 8 p.m. I'm going to put up on the screen the website that, or the Zoom link rather, of the meeting site. And this is it. It's DC housing element. We'll have this up on the city's website too. You don't need to race to write it down. If you're interested though, we will be distributing this on social media and putting it on the city's website, this link. So just so the public knows, Planning Commission, of course, cannot meet all 5 of you. So if anybody's interested in attending, probably just let me know and we'll figure out which 2 of you can attend. But it's very optional to you, attendance. It's really for the public, the residents of Daly City, to converse with the city staff about what, you know, the housing element might contain, or some of the programs that might be beneficial to them.
So Michael, just really quick. So the housing element is like a plan for the city to align with new state laws? Is that?
Essentially, what the housing element is it's one of the general plan elements the city has. There are 7 that are mandated by law, and one of them is housing, and housing element's the only one that needs to be updated regularly. It's updated every 8 years. And what the essence of it is that the city provide development sites that can comply, that allow the city, through providing zoned land, to comply with the state's regional housing need allocation.
Mm-hmm.
You may have heard the acronym for that is RENA.
RENA, yes.
So that's probably the biggest thing in the housing element. Second to that are a set of policies and programs that the city has to implement to comply with the various state laws that the legislature has adopted in the previous 8 years.
So has Daly City met RENA requirements?
We actually are very close to meeting the current RENA we're in.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like 1375, 1,375 units.
Right.
The new RENA though is like 4,800 units. So
Wow.
we don't have very much land to build that on. So
It better be a tall building, Michael.
they're all gonna have to be tall buildings.
Okay. Thank you for that information.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Is it a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, staff. Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Everybody, great job.
Have a great one.
Good
Okay,
job, Belle.
thank you.
Bye,
Thank
Tessa.
you.
Bye-bye.
Everyone,
Bye.
thank you, staff. Thanks.
Night.